World Engineering Day 2026. Oh, I can't hear you. World Engineering Day 2026. Wow, wow, that's nice. Can you imagine a world where you have a house and all the items in the building can talk to you and you can talk to them? You can talk to your bulb, you can talk to your fridge. You don't need to walk to the fridge, just say, I want to drink water, and the water comes to you. You have a world where you don't need to go to your farm every day. You just sit in your room, you plant items, you sit in your room, and you can even water your plants. It's going to be a nice world. You can imagine a world where we will not have roads. Our cars, maybe they'll just fly. Someone said maybe a time will come, things will just appear and then disappear. And that's all part of smart engineering systems. And that's why today is marked for us to celebrate this kind of thinking and this kind of innovations. I want to acknowledge the presence of some few people and then we continue. Today we are blessed to have the father of the university, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Richard Amankwa, with us. Please let's give him a round of applause. He's here with us to grace this occasion. We also have other dignitaries. We have deans, HODs, lecturers from the university, and we also have CEOs of other companies. As time goes on, I'll acknowledge their presence and I'll mention the companies they come from. And also, we have students from different institutions here. We have students from FIASEC. Can we see them, Royals? Please give us a wave. And we have students from TASCO. TASCO, are you here? Oh, let's see your hand. Please wave at us. We also have students from TTI. Let's see you. And we have students from the University Basic School. Let's see the UBAS students. Hello. We also have our pre-engineering students here and students from the university. And I believe that by the time you leave here, your thinking will change. You start thinking smart. You think about engineering. And by the time you leave here, anything you see, you start thinking on how to apply smart engineering methods to it. Without wasting much time, we would like to receive a message from UNESCO headquarters.
Distinguished engineers, scholars, innovators, and participants joining us from Ghana and beyond. It is a privilege to address this webinar as part of our celebration of World Engineering Day 2026. Our team invites us to reflect deeply on how engineering and AI can advance sustainability through innovation and digitization. We are living in a defining technological moment. AI is transforming energy systems, improving agricultural productivity, enhancing disaster prediction, supporting medical diagnosis, and optimizing industrial production. Properly harnessed, AI can accelerate progress towards sustainable development. Dear scholars, yet technology advancement with ethical grounding carries risk. That is why UNESCO's recommendation on the ethics of AI provides a vital global framework. It emphasizes that AI must respect human rights, promote fairness, ensure transparency, protect data privacy, and avoid discrimination. It reminds us that innovation must have a conscience and remain human-centered. The Ghana Commission for UNESCO is mandated to promote the domestication and implementation of UNESCO's normative instruments. As we integrate AI into engineering practice in Ghana, we must ensure alignment with these global standards. Engineering excellence must be measured not only by efficiency and productivity, but by responsibility and societal benefit. In Africa, artificial intelligence offers extraordinary opportunity. It can help manage water resources, strengthen climate resilience, support smart urban planning, and expand educational access. But the systems we design must reflect our values. They must reduce inequality rather than deepen it. They must empower communities rather than exclude them. Engineering sustainability with AI therefore requires collaboration among academia, industry, policymakers, and young innovators. Distinguished scholars, it demands investment in a digital literacy, research capacity, and ethical oversight. It calls for engineers who understand both algorithm and accountability. As we engage in this discussion and in the innovation challenge, let us remember that the goal is not simply smarter machines, but smarter societies. Let us build systems that uphold dignity, protect the environment, and enhance inclusive development. If we think smart and build smart, guided by ethics and excellence, Ghana can position itself not merely as a consumer of technology, but as a responsible leader in sustainable digital engineering. Thank you. Distinguished engineers, scholars, innovators.
Well, so that was the address from UNESCO headquarters, and it is all about AI. AI. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the registrar of the university. He's also with us here to grace the program. Please, let's give it up for him. Let's acknowledge his presence. Registrar, welcome. Now, I would like to invite our Vice Chancellor to give us the opening address of the program. Please, let's give him a hand of applause even as he comes.
Good morning, everybody. Let me acknowledge the key people who are going to deliver the addresses. We have Professor Kumi Boatin here. We have Ms. Jessica Dankwa and also Mr. Richmond Bochi. Thank you very much for coming. Let me acknowledge the pre-engineering students here. Hello, give me a wave, pre-engineering. Ubas, are you there? Give me a shout. I want a louder one from Fiasek. And then Tasco 2. You can shout. Oh, okay. You are diplomatic people. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Let me thank most sincerely the organizers of this program for putting it together, especially you know yourselves, Dr. Ifa, Dr. Markin, and all the team who have been able to put this wonderful program together at very short notice. Mine is just a simple task to welcome you to UMAT. So on behalf of academic board and all the leaders of UMAT, I welcome you to this program. It talks about engineering. And it's interesting that this is being done also in an engineering university, more or less. Sometimes we talk about engineering. If I'm to ask about 3 people here what they understand by engineering, I want to believe that I will get different answers. And therefore, I won't make an attempt to define engineering. Generally, we explain engineering to mean the creative application. It is creative application. The creative application of science, mathematics, design principles, and all those things that are associated with it to solve complex problems. To solve complex problems. And also to build and to make the world a better place. The concept of engineering has evolved greatly over the years. I remember when we were in Form 3, just like some of you, we were taught that the work done is equal to what? Force times what? Distance. Thank you. It means you are a very good engineering student. force is equal to, work done is equal to force times distance. And those days, the force they were talking about was a force in the muscles of human beings. And therefore, they translated the force in the muscles of human beings into the standard unit of the force that a horse can apply. And that is why we have this unit in engineering called horsepower. So the energy that horses could apply to get work done now becomes horsepower. Over the years, we have realized that force is not only from horses, but the new things that we are seeing in this world, smart systems, digitalization, they are gradually taking over the energy of horses, the muscle power of horses, into something totally different. As the MC was saying, how will you feel when you walk home and hey, Bob, come on, then the bulb is on. Fridge, bring me water. You see the fridge working, bringing you water. Won't that be nice? And these are all things that are possible as engineering progresses. Today, the things that are going on around us, they are so amazing. I tell myself, and this is true, I completed BSc. I got my first degree before I saw a computer. When we were in KNUST, we were going for lectures in some area we call room C. And when you are going, there's a building there, they say, this is the room in which the university's computer is. So you go and peep through the window to see whether you see the computer. We never saw it. I will say that I completed my PhD before I owned a cell phone. So you see how fast the world has developed. And all this is because some people decided to apply the principles of science, mathematics, and all the issues regarding design. And when we talk about design and things like that, I'm very proud of pre-engineering. And for those of you who are in pre-engineering, I must say I'm very proud of you. Because somebody has done art, drawing, and they know how to design. And engineering is also design. So why can't such a person study engineering? It's all about being curious. It's all about being able to apply the things that you know basically to try and solve problems. And let me say that when we talk about science and engineering, it is not only those who are studying science in school who are scientists. If you study physics, there's a principle called Huygens principle. And that principle was developed by a historian. It means that no matter your background, if you make up your mind that you are going to apply principles to solve problems, to make the world a better place, you can eventually end up being an engineer. It is my hope that as the speakers interact with you and talk about the key issues about how to move from engineering to smart engineering, and how to move from ideas to items, to designs, to things that people can use, we all will be excited to think beyond what we know, to go outside the box, and to bring about things and develop things and manufacture things that will make the world around us a better place. I know you are in UMAT, and definitely there are people here who are developing so many things. Sometimes some of the things our students do are so marvelous, and I clap for them every day. I trust that after this interaction, You'll be one of these special people who will develop things and change the world in a better way. Again, once again, on behalf of the University Management, I welcome you to this program and I wish you happy deliberations. Thank you very much.
Oh, we can do better. Please, let's clap hands for. One thing I picked from this short address is everything we think of is what? Is possible. Okay? So everything you think of, it is what? Possible to do. World Engineering 2026. Oh, I can't feel your vibes. World Engineering 2026. Yes. Yeah, this one is powerful. All right, so we want to continue, and before we continue, I want to introduce some people in our midst. We have in our midst Mr. Augustine Barr, the Business Development Manager for Tesla Electrical Automobiles Ghana Limited. We also have Mr. Norbert Otu, who is the Commercial Officer for Tesla Electricals. Please, let's clap hands for them. We also have Mr. Christopher Osai, Country Manager for Maiwatech. We have our AI professor, Professor YY Ziga, is also with us here. He's the Vice Dean for FMMT and the HOD for Mining Department, University of Mines and Technology. We have Professor Broni Bediako, the Dean for School of Petroleum Studies. And we have Miss Peace Grace Otu, the Secretary for Tesla Electricals. Lastly, we have Paulina Mina, Administrator for Campus Ride. Please, let's give it up for him. Now, we're going to take our keynote address from our keynote speaker. And I just want to give you a brief introduction of our keynote speaker. He's currently the Dean for the Faculty of Geoscience and Environmental Studies at the University of Mines and Technology. And he's also a youth coach. So when you see him, you say, "Cho boy!" They respond. Amen. So with a hand of a clap, I would like us to invite Professor Bernard Kumi Boateng.
Good morning. The Vice Chancellor and the Registrar of the University, senior members, invited guests, and fellow speakers. I want to talk about smart engineering for a sustainable future. Simply put, I want to look at how innovation and digitalization are building tomorrow today, that will be in touch with tomorrow today. Today is World Engineering Day. It is a day, I caption it as a day that we solve problems. It is a day for problem solvers. It is a day that we recognize how engineers are making the world a better place and a cool place for all of us to live. Right from the basic water that we drink to the apps we have on our phone, engineering is behind it all. In fact, your safety boots, the very uniforms that you are wearing. This year we are looking at how engineers are using very cool tools to solve the problems of the planet. However, there is a big challenge. That big challenge is how do we sustain the kind of things that we are doing for the future. The planet needs superheroes like you under the sound of my voice. You are a superhero. Our world is facing many big problems. Climate change, pollution. For those of you in Takwa, I am sure you have seen most of our water bodies. It looks like Milo. We have also seen how we are wasting energy, probably in your dormitories. You all came without turning the lights off. And you are here and the light is on. Probably you have some little radio, it's on. For those of our friends who are in the university, probably if we walk into the halls now, somebody's TV is on. The guy has some hot plates, it's on. The iron has even been left on. The lights, the fans are all on. So our world is actually facing these major problems. When we talk about sustainability, it means meeting our needs today without destroying the needs of the planet for our children. So you must start thinking about your kids. Or probably you are saying, Meme wo. And therefore we want to destroy the world and leave it. It is also about using resources wisely and living in a balance with nature. However, as engineers, we have some super tools. Our super tools are innovation and digitalization. The engineers' new power apps are one, innovation. Innovation here, we mean you coming up with a brilliant new idea to solve a problem. For example, invented a new type of recyclable plastics. I am involved in a project with the Ministry of Environment where we don't even know the total number of plastics that are being imported into our country. The ones that are manufactured within our country. The waste, the ones we use, and when we use it, how we dispose them of. And so the ministry is interested in a methodology to be able to know the quantity of plastics at any point in time within our nation. We are also involved with a project. We are looking for smart people who would design bulb eaters. You see these bulbs, once they die, they become a waste. And so they are looking for people who can think and come out with bulb eaters. You put the bulb in, it will eat it nicely. Some people are also coming out with bacteria that will eat plastics. Isn't it interesting? But it must be safe so that when the plastics are done, they will not metamorphose into eating us. So one of the tools that we use is innovation. Be creative. Come out with new ideas. The next one is digitalization. Using computers and smart tech to make things work better. So for example, using sensors and AI to control heating in your hostels, in your homes, so that you do not waste energy. Smart engineering is actually in action. It's not just hearsay. I'm sure you have seen some robotic movements here, and probably at a point in time, they will talk to you. Imagine a city that thinks that we have smart cities. Your campus is smart. Your school is smart. What if, you see, in the night, the lights are on, but nobody is there? What if we have superheroes here that you will say that the light can only come on when the light senses a human being coming up? So once nobody is passing on the streets, the lights are off. But the moment the light sense that you are about 20 meters away, that it lights for you to come in. I had the shock of my life when I traveled for the first time. And the shower in that facility, you turn it on, it will be, the water will flow for about some 2 or 1 minute. Then it will cut by his and say, hey, Abrafuna Dumla Adum. water, not knowing it is using sensors to stop us from wasting the water. I remember walking into a restroom. After doing justice, I was looking for a place to flush. There was nothing to press to flush. So as black man as I am, backward as I am, I wanted to be fast and run away. So in my attempt to move away, water, smart thinking, so that we don't waste the resources around us. So imagine we have a city that can think, a community that can think, and you are our superheroes. What if traffic lights could communicate with each other? Not that rigid one that says, in Takwa right now, when the traffic lights are on, that is when you see car jam. Superheroes are here. I want you to be able to engineer the traffic light such that it will be so smart that it can re-engineer itself, that there are more cars at this section. Therefore, let's increase the time lag for them to move. Wouldn't it be nice that the traffic light can sense the heat of the many cars? What if we could do that? What if the buildings we have, like the Vice Chancellor said, could talk to each other? We come in, like Apostle Joseph will say, clap, temperature, come down. Then the temperature will come down. It will be super cool. But these things must be done by people like you. Smart, intelligent, able to work. We are also attempting to power ourselves with the sun and the wind. We are building giant wind turbines and covering some of our places with solar panels. But I want you to ask yourself, what happens when the sun doesn't shine or the wind doesn't blow? We need smart engineering solutions. We need a system that will be able to accumulate enough energy so that you won't shout when the power goes off. You say, oh. We need smart people who will be able to help us. We need people who will be able to develop stats from even video games. You have a video game that is so challenging. A video game that is polluting our rivers. And the same game, you get reward for cleaning the streams. That is what we are requiring from you. People who will be able to fix the many problems that we are encountering. AI is also the order of the day. Today, we give you assignment, AI. In secondary school, there is nothing wrong with it, okay? I'm not saying there is anything wrong with it. You can use it, but you must become intelligent with it. It is not just copying anything within AI and splashing on us. AI too can lie. AI too can pull some ideas together. If you don't read it, it won't make sense. So we say you humanize it. So AI is good. AI can be used to spot where in a forest area that somebody is doing an illegal activity. So it is good. It is helping all of us. Today, the medical field, we have non-invasive surgery, where they will not cut you open, but will be able to get into your body and perform a surgery. When you go to Silicon Valley, you have smart thinkers. People have set up what we call the Methuselah Foundation, and they want to reduce, they are researching to stop us from dying. They want to make 90 look like 50. These are smart thinkers, innovative people. They want to produce new liver, new kidney. At this point, we can only transplant from one human being to the other. They have tried that of pig. They've tried all kinds of animals, but they don't last. And so now they are working on how to get a new kidney. So very soon, you will walk into a shop, Human Pass pharmacy shop. Then you say, I want 2 kidneys. I want left and right. You give your dimensions, you go, and then you have your thing now. You can look it up. The Methuselah Foundation. Today, people are saying that we die because we don't have antidotes to the diseases that are killing us. And so there is a process now in the system called cryogenic, meaning when you die out of any disease, they will extract your blood, frozen your body at a certain temperature, keep you, and any time innovation and science advances, they will bring you back to life. For those of you who are Christians, the Bible says it is appointed unto a man to die, and after that, judgment. But innovation is also part of our lives. I nearly said amen. AI can predict where pollution will be worse in a city. So innovation is in action. Smart engineering has come to stay. You can be a smart engineer. But before you can do that, you need certain basic skills. You need these skills to be able to build the future that we desire. The number one skill you need is curiosity and creativity. Unfortunately, as a youth coach and as someone who trains people, our parents in Africa, they don't help us to be curious and creative. Our parents will beat us before we commit the crime. Assuming your father is taking you to the new China Mall. Before you even set foot, he will warn you and give you a knock. Oh, go China Mall. And you've not touched anything, but they are beating you. Your father in your father's hall has a very nice couch. Beautiful one. Then as your sibling, your younger friend or brother or sister is climbing, they will give him or her a beating of their lifetime. But the white man won't do that. The next moment, he will go to the shop, buy some things, create a space in the room, and encourage the young guy to climb. And so that is the way we've been trained. And so our imagination, our thinking sometimes becomes very weak. Sometimes we don't even watch the cartoons. Cartoons are a very good spot for creativity and thinking beyond yourself. A typical black man, when they see the cartoon stretch the hand from here to the azangwa. But you see, they are training your mind that there is nothing that you cannot do. People are going to spaces. Elon Musk is putting people in capsules. The Japanese, they have developed the fastest train, the magnetic train, that a journey that will take about 7 hours can be done in just 30 minutes. So from here to Accra, 30 minutes, you are there. Bang! How can you think beyond that? Think about the speed, real, to keep it without going off. But you see, when you watch such cartoons, your mind straight away is that Eyaza. But from today, I want you to think beyond yourself. Look at the problems around you and be curious and be creative. How will you be able to do that in this space? Join a drama group. Drama arts programs are intelligent and people who are innovative. Why do I say so? You watch a movie and you cry. This is a movie. It's just Nigerian movie. Now to them now. The person is able to get into your feelings. He is creative, she is creative, and getting you to cry. Then sometimes you even take a decision. For those of us who are married, if you are watching a movie with your wife and there is a scene and you support the other side and your wife is on the other side, that can be a problem for the whole day. But it is just a movie. All right? But the point is that if you are in school, join a drama, join some English debating classes, that you will be able to develop these skills. The next skill that you need To be a smart engineer is problem solving, finding smart ways to fix things. Love mathematics, love physics, design and technology. You must love it. Fidget with some things. But remember, I've told you, the African parent, if you go for your father's radio and you dissect it, you are in trouble. But be creative. The next skill is that you need some technical skills. You must understand coding. You must learn coding in a very nice way. You must love data. You must love computer. These are skills that you need. Then the most amazing one is teamwork. These days we don't work in silos. You must work together as a team. And how do you prepare yourself for such team? Sports. You go to the universities, we also give group works. So you must join sports, some group projects. You can see there are groups. Can you see? You see, it's a teamwork, a team effort. So build teamwork so that you can solve the problems. Your mission, my friends, if you choose to accept it, is one, join a club, robotic clubs, coding, eco clubs, or STEM at your school. So for example, in UMAT, our Vice Chancellor has announced some coding for over 1,000 people. And I'm just told that we have started with the pre-engineering class. Soon we are going to expand that to the local community, and then it will be expanded for anyone who is interested to join at a highly subsidized fees. You have to pay something small so that you will be serious. Africans believe that anything that is free is not nice. It's not correct. So you will pay some small fees. Try an app. When we had the start right, I told the students in UMAT, what if we could have an app that can help me find classrooms that are free? You see, even all the lectures we struggle. If I have a quiz, I have to go back to the timetable and try to go through and see which classrooms are free for the quiz. You yourself, you want a place to study. Can you design an app that you just go to the app, you give one command, free classrooms, you press it, then all the classrooms that are free will pop up. You don't need to go through all the sheets. When I was in secondary school, our timetable, I don't know whether it's still the same. Geography teachers were always involved in planning the timetable for the band. They were doing manual. Is it still the same at your place? The timetable, these days you have some smart software that you put in only the course names and the timelines, and boom, you have. When I was in secondary school, it was the geography master who was in charge of the timetable. I don't know why they give to them, but they were in charge, and it's manual, big one in the room there, and you go and he's manually placing courses. Be an innovator at home. How could your family waste less energy or water? 34 buckets, you alone, you take it. You've never lived in the north before. When I was in school in the north, we were bathing with 1 gallon of water, but you still bath and still have half. We open the top, you put it on top of the bathroom like that. Then you turn the knob small, then you go under. You learn not to waste water, because it was difficult getting water to bath. But today, shower, then you stand under. Ooh. So be smart thinkers, and let's find out how we can reduce the wastage. Ask questions. Don't be afraid. When the Vice Chancellor stood here and said, give us a shout, African child. African child. Give us a shout. Hey, it was only the basic school. I don't know when they transition to secondary school, they are also going to be timid. So the teachers who are here, let us allow them to ask questions. Don't say, What kind of foolish question is that? They will quail in and they won't talk again. Sometimes we also tease our friends. They start right. One young man came here, started talking. The English was being butchered left, center, right. They started laughing. But I love one thing about the young man. He was given another chance to talk. He did not quiet down. He said whatever he wanted to say. Nicely. Don't be afraid. Ask questions. Ask about careers. If they at this workshop, if you are being asked to ask questions, don't start thinking about na brofia me okay. Me de wo ha ebeda mi meeting. That is how we are. I have a mate in we call him Abogadro. In one of our classes, in our science class, the teacher wrote the name there and said, who can mention? Then our friend raised his hand. Abogadro. Abogadro's constant. The guy said, Abogadro, until today, that is his name. He is a big man now, but anytime we see him, Abogadro. We didn't know that he was wrong because we were all in year one. So when he said Abogadro, we were clapping, then the teacher started laughing, then we all started laughing. But these things will not cause you to ask questions. And if you don't ask questions, you will lose your curiosity and your creative mindset. The future is yours now as I conclude. Be that generation that changed the world. The challenges may be big, but the tools that are available to us are powerful. The smartphones you have, the video games, the social media apps you use today are just the beginning of what is so powerful that you can become. Imagine using those same skills to design clean energy, clean up the rivers that are polluted by our galamsey, or build homes. I want you to expand. Build homes where? On the Mars. Or you think it is too far-fetched? Do you want to go to Mars? Do you want to go to Mars? Do you want to leave this world to the rest, for us, those grown-ups? Or you think it is too much to dream? Be curious. Ask questions. I leave you with this. At the time, my son, who was only 11 years old, had gone to church and had seen the age of Abraham on the screen. He went home. The mother, a typical Pentecost presiding elder's daughter, deaconess's daughter, went to Sunday school, never asked the question my son asked her. Mommy, what calendar system were they using in Abraham's time? To my wife, the son was blaspheming. And you know this alpha generation, they have no emotions. They don't know who is older and who is younger. Because they play on the internet, on the computer and cartoons, they see everybody equal. So the next reaction was, Mommy, don't freak out. Don't freak out of the calendar system Abraham's time they were using. Then she asked the mother, that is 2 years ago, Mommy, do you know that Ethiopia is in 2016? That was when my wife realized that she needed reinforcement. Because the boy's knowledge now is different. My wife didn't know that Ethiopia is behind us. Today, Ethiopia is in 2018, whilst we are 2026. There are other jurisdictions, they are in 574. So don't assume that it is only in your household that you have meat in your soup. The Vice Chancellor once said something, even a clock that is faulty can get the time right twice in the day. You know so? So be creative. Open yourself up. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And the future we all dream about will be yours to take. God bless us all. Thank you.
Please let's clap hands for Prof. I mean, it's a mind-challenging speech, and for me, the curiosity aspect was very, very important. Let's be curious. But there's a saying that curiosity kills the cat. So last time I told some people that be curious, but make sure it doesn't kill you. Okay, so let's try to be curious. Let's ask questions, but the president of Zimbabwe or something, say there's freedom of speech, but I can't guarantee freedom after speech. Okay, so you can think of whatever you want, but make sure that it is in the confines of what smart engineering. It helps humanity, it solves problems, it does not cause distraction. We want to move on to the next item, and we're going to have a message from the Engineering Council, and this will be delivered by Associate Professor Eric Boni Bediako. Please let's welcome him as he comes to us.
Thank you very much. This is a speech by the Registrar of the Engineering Council. So I want to stand on the existing protocols. Good morning, everyone. It is a true pleasure to be with you all. Today, the world celebrates engineering, and as I look around the room, I see a gathering of young minds with the power to shape the nation's destiny. For most of my career, I've had the privilege of working with the Volta River Authority. Even now, I cannot stand before the Akosumo Dam without awe. It is a constant reminder that engineering is what keeps the heart of this nation beating. 60 years ago, a group of engineers stood on the bank of the Volta River, where everyone else saw the rushing stream. They saw a future. They saw light bulb flickering on in villages. They saw machinery powering industries. They saw children reading at night. Facing massive challenges, they built a legacy that stands today. That is the heart of our profession. The audacity to turn a challenge into reality that lasts for generations. Around the world, nations have been transformed by their engineers. Singapore, a small island with no natural resources, became a global hub, although through visionary water and urban engineering. South Korea invested in engineering education and leapt from a developing nation to a leader in global technology. These countries did not stumble upon prosperity. They engineered it. But with this power comes a profound truth. A mentor once told me something I have never forgotten. He said, in many professions, you can bury your mistakes. Listen to this one carefully. In many professions, you can bury your mistakes, but an engineer is buried by their own mistakes. When we design a dam, a bridge, or an electrical grid, Lives depend on getting it right. A shortcut, a miscalculation, a standard ignore, these become collapsed buildings. They become blackouts. They become tragedies. Your calculation can design a system, but it is your character that ensures it stands. Your calculation can design a system, but it is your character that ensures it stands. A brilliant design means nothing if it is not built with integrity. This is where the Engineering Council comes in. We exist to ensure that the confidence Ghanaians place in the engineers who build Akosomo is the same confidence they can place in your work. We regulate to uphold standards because Ghana deserves nothing less. The needs of this nation have never been greater. We need mechanical engineers. We need electrical engineers to build smart grids and ensure no community is left in the dark. We need chemical engineers to see our plastic waste not as pollution, but as a resource for a new and circular economy. We need the agricultural engineers to use technology, so here's smart technology, to guarantee food security, from petroleum engineering to geomatic engineering to petroleum refining and the others. Every single one of you has a vital part to play. So, to the student here today, if you are already studying engineering, know that you are preparing for a prestigious career that builds nations. And to those of you who haven't yet chosen your path, I invite you to consider this challenge. Engineering needs its next generation of dreamers and doers. We need your fresh ideas to power the solutions of tomorrow. The world is waiting to see what you will build. But more importantly, right here at home, Ghana is waiting. Go and build something remarkable. Build it with the skill. Build it with integrity. And build it to last. Thank you all.
Thank you, Prof. Before our next speaker will come, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Professor Mrs. Beatrice Mrekujima. She's here with us. Please let's give a hand of applause. All right, so we have another interesting speech to be delivered by our guest speaker. And today, our guest speaker is the General Manager for Tesla Electricals and Automation Limited, Ghana. He's here with us to give us an address. So please, with a hand of applause, let's welcome Mr. Richmond Botwe to give us his address. Hello.
morning to everybody. I want to see you with a wave. Oh, okay. Good morning to everybody. My name is Richmond Buchi, and I'm very delighted to be with you this morning. And the reason why I'm so happy is that the school that made me engineer is the school that I am in now. Sometimes you are told, oh, as for the academic, just write anything and go. I am an electrical engineer, and you cannot do anything on transformer if you can't do any calculation on transformer. You see, whatever thing that you have taught and you have been taught in school is the basics, is the foundation. And if you don't have that basics, you look like a visual art student who didn't go through the pre-engineering and has started doing engineering because you don't have the basics. You get it? So today we are going to talk about how these people that I have seen, you and I, will appreciate the work that engineers do. What is engineering? Like all other presenters will say, engineering is simple. You can define it anyhow. It has become so explicit that everybody wants to put it in a way that is sweet to him. I was talking to my pastor's wife, and he said, there's one youth guy in the church. He is mixing sobolo, and he has a nice bottle, and the packaging is nice. And then, Richmond, can you say this guy, I like the engineering in him. Is he not practicing engineering? And I said, somebody is mixing something sobolo and other things, and you say engineering. Is it not becoming a herbalist or something? What is sobolo got to do with engineering? When we are talking about engineering, we are talking about using scientific principles with calculations to solve real life problems. Real life problems. That is all. Get the science. Get the understanding. You see, when God created everything, he said on the last day, he said, and everything that he has created is okay. So, the people who created electricity, who told you they created it? The magnet was there. The coil was there. But we didn't know that when we pass over the coil around the magnet, electricity will be generated. It took somebody to then find it, and now we have electricity. Is it the one who created magnet? There are a lot of things around us that we can also look for. And when we get it, we will also become discoveries. So, I'm just here to excite the curiosity among all of you that you would always desire that you become an engineer. So, let me define what an engineer is. Like I have already explained to you, engineering is the application of science and mathematics. I am begging you, if your mathematics is no good, maybe you are in a pre-engineering and you like reading, you don't like mathematics. We assume the results by calculating. So you have to assume and calculate. If you don't get the answer, you have to change it and make sure that the answer you want is correct before you begin to build it. Therefore, engineering would always look for the science. What is the reason why this thing is like that? Somebody sat down and then mango falls down. And he says, then there should be a force that is putting the mango on the floor. And that's the force of gravity. If it were somebody like in our normal Ghanaian life, at the end of Kurabeka says, Sunsumbi DH. Sunsumbi. But it took somebody to find the sunsum that was behind that. Is it the one who did it? Now we have force of gravity. And yes, every day you do it, and then you are gone. But I am telling you that engineering is the future of the world. Everything in this world evolves around engineering. You cannot do anything in this world if you don't have engineering. I want to tell you one thing. If you think there are branches of engineering, but if you want to know if you can do anything without engineering, let's take only electrical engineering. Let me put off the light here. Go to Akosombo, let them put their light off. What you ask yourself, what can you do today if there's no light from morning till evening? Just think of anything. Every industry in the world, every industry, be it the schools, be it the hospitals, be it everything, they will all be useless. In my company, if the light goes off and we are not able to turn on our electricity, the whole day, all the workers becomes redundant. It should tell you that only one branch of engineering, which is electrical, if that one fails, everybody is, sorry to say, useless. So in a country, because the engineering is the one that controls the platform, is the decision maker, everything evolves around the engineer. If a country wants to grow, you don't grow by getting philosophers and be reciting, and still have problems. We are all like sheep that have gone astray. There's problem everywhere. Every day there is problem. It's because the engineers are sitting down. If we rise up, we are going to solve the problem. And I am happy to inform you that the engineers you know, be it foreign, local, in the space here, they are human beings like you and I. They are human beings with breath. They eat, they drink, they go to the washroom, they do everything. Are they different from us? But in Ghana here, I don't want to go there. Without the engineer, the world would have been an impossible place to stay. Is it true or false? Without engineering, you don't have lights, you don't have television, you don't have anything, you don't nothing. Your roads are not there, your mechanics, everything. There's nothing. How would you, even the days of Adam, there was an iota of engineering. So without engineering, what can anybody do? There are three things that seem to confuse us in the way we explain things: engineering, technology, and science. These ones, you don't need to worry yourself about what is this, what is that. They are three friends. They all work together. Am I well understood? They are three friends. They all work together. Because there is no engineer who can build, design, simulate, correct, or analyze anything without having the basis, without having the science. You can't do anything. You need to get the science. And when you have the science, you develop it with the technology. When we are talking about technology, we are talking about the practical expertise that you have. Based on the practical expertise, you add your calculations, and this is what we call the engineering to solve a problem. So, what would this whole thing be? If there is a world or there is an area, let me see if there can be something we can talk about. These guys there, all of a sudden the whole place moves like this. And then they go into the air. The whole place is covered. When it is time for them to do a presentation, it comes down to hit the ground. And you have the space for something else. Just think of anything. If you think of anything and you think it's doable, you can do it. Let's look at the branches of engineering. We have civil, we have information system, we have marine engineering, we have water views. Half time, these are all from the net. If you want to get it, you can get it, but because of the presentation. When engineers discover something, we don't discover it for fun. This robotics and all those things that you are looking at, you think they are here to make fun? There is something that drives them. Who can tell me why they are here? Yes. Why are they designing all these things? Yes. No, as for Ghana, I'm for them. Yes. Why are they here? They are here to make money. See, the professors will write all the theses and get the biggest paper. But at the end, they want money from the paper, isn't it? Yes. The Bible says that, and money answers all things. So if you want to do everything in your life, you need what? Money. Which of you doesn't want to have money? Yes, let me see. And let me see those who want to have money. Everybody wants to have money. So if you want to have money, the world is evolving around the engineers. They are controlling the world and they are doing everything. So if you want to get money, then find yourself in a position that money will change you. Let's look at the world richest people. Elon Musk. Was he born 2 times or he was born once? How many times were you born? Once. So you are like him. Does he have sobolo in his system or he has blood? Just like you. Does he breathe in smoke or he breathes in normal oxygen? Just like you. Okay. So we thank God that with time, we will all begin to agitate the engineering spirit and the potency that something that somebody has done, we can also do it. See Elon Musk. See all the people that are in the world. When you are talking about world best or world richest people, out of 10, you can get like 8 of them who are heavily investing in engineering, technology of any type. Even the 2 or 3, those in fashion, you can never do any profitable, cost-effective fashion if you don't have the sophisticated technological tool. Go and call people and let them sew with your hand and see. Let somebody get the most sophisticated machines and let everybody produce and sell. You get accuracy, you get precision, you get value. Unilever, last 2 years or so, no, I think last 4 years, one of their plans, they said, Richmond, we want to automate this factory. Automating the factory means that the human beings that are there, we are going to fire them and get robots to do the work. Do you know why we have to fire human beings and make robots work? Because when I tell you tomorrow come, boss me sorry napa me sisi. Boss, my mother called me. He said my mother has been admitted in the hospital, so they have told me to come. Human beings are full of excuses. Excuses every day. But the robot, when I program you 6 o'clock, it will never come at 6:01. Traffic catching me in your toy. So the one using robots, there's nothing like rainfall. There's nothing like sickness. There's nothing like anything. When you want 20 kilos, you have your 20 kilo. But ordinary human beings, what is heavy for me may not be heavy for you. So because of that, everybody has gone into engineering. And if you, be it cars, be it anything, but with time we will get to know. Let's look at the strongest countries in the world in army. Which ones are the strongest? Russia, America, and then just name them. And Ghana. Yes. Police in chill. From your analysis, Ghana count. What's your problem? What I am am saying is that if we are talking about the world's strongest army, my friend, it is not about the size of your army. Those colloquial stage, we had, oh, the army, they are like 20 million. They are that. Now it's not like that. I am telling you today, the war between America and Iran is not about the soldier number. It's not about the number of soldiers. It's about who has the most sophisticated technology. You can take it. It is not about who this. The one who will win has the most sophisticated technology, and they will win. So I don't know who is winning. Everybody is doing their own thing. I'm here talking. I don't even know if one of the missiles will even come here. So let me finish earlier and go. So even in the world, when we are talking about the strength of a nation, we still make reference to their country's technological capability. Today, won't you be happy? What is your name? Frederick. Ghana. When we are talking about big people in the army, they will call Frederick. Because if Frederick is asleep, the army cannot go. We have to look for him. Tomorrow, if it is not Frederick, it can be any other person. I am saying that for a country to be strong, it is about technology. The technology being that, see, you see now, like this robot. One robot comes to UMaT campus, it will finish all of us. I'm telling you. Because it has eyes, that is coordinated, it has legs, it has everything. But it is not a human being. So you can even shoot it and it will resist the shot. You get it? Only this. If American come and put it at the school gate and they say, all of you here, go out. Please, when you hear that, go. I'm begging you, go. Because it is about technology. Now we have exoskeletal systems. You see, as the soldier man goes like this, even as I am talking and I'm coming, I'm getting tired. But these are aided technology that the soldier doesn't need to move its legs. The technology moves your leg for you. You can run from here to Takoradi and you will not be tired. You say, hey, you have not seen anything yet. And wherever this human being, this is a normal human being, when the person falls down, it can be identified everywhere that one of our soldiers is falling down there. Go and pick him out. You see the missiles? The missiles can go up to 26,000 kilometers in an hour. That means that from here to Accra, it can go 77 times in 1 hour. It can move from US to Ghana, back and forth 3 times in 1 hour. And the beautiful thing is that because it is not human being and it is coordinated. Do you know what is 6 inches? 6 inches is like my hand. If I take my hand like this, and this missile is coming from US, it will not hit my body. If they want to hit my hand, I will be talking to you like this, and the missile will move from US, just hit my hand and leave my body. You are saying, hey, and these are all things that engineering is bringing into use. And when Ghana boys and girls, all that they know is that go to TikTok, go and see somebody that is shaking his buttocks. That is all. And people who are not, let me call them visionless. They tell you, oh, Nami, social media crana, I've been doing this content creator, in a month I can get 10,000. 10,000. If this program, if I were to come here for this 1 hour program and you want to pay me 10,000, I won't come. Why would I come? 10,000 maybe I crab. Go back. What is 10,000 to the engineer? I won't come. But somebody does 10,000 in a whole month and they begin to lie to you. And every day you are watching Nigeria short video, funny clips. You are killing your mentality. Instead of you to sit down and watch innovative things, everybody is watching porn, funny clips, people, and all those things. But these are the generation that we are highly dependent on, because you are failing. The future of Ghana is failing. Go to all the universities. Put in, I like this pre-engineering things, because you have a lot of people in the visual arts and all those non-engineering. And only few people are doing engineering. The engineers, I am telling you, whether you are a pre-engineer or science student or they are human beings like you. You can succeed if you want to be an engineer. Are you with me? So when we are talking about technology, it is about value or designing things, getting the solution. If you have time, go and watch the Iran and American war. You will see wonderful things that are happening. But Ghanaians, we are here. And all that we can do is that, unnecessary, useless things stopping our data. You are laughing. It's a pity. It's funny though, but it's pity. You will see somebody who has exams to write tomorrow. He will be sitting down and he will be talking to one boy. Hello, Kwame. You know, say your best friend is saying, oh, your friend Kwame. Oh, your best friend Amma. Schoolboy and girl, SSR. Munya wale, mon conceive, mon yimumpo, mon junior kwalano. Is it no uselessness? Meanwhile, tomorrow you have exams. You see, you waste your time. And when you grow up, you will begin to advise your friend. You see, when I was in school, there were things that I did that really affected me. Me was school there. There was this one guy who broke my heart. But when they advise you, you will not take it. If I had this chance, oh, I would have been a bigger, let me say, bigger engineer than this. I was a student here, 2009, I left. But after SS, I went to Infant Beam School. 1998, I finished. But after school, then something came me. The engineering bit started coming up. It said, Richmond, you want to build, you want to do things. How can you just go to the university straight without understanding the things you are going to do in the university? It took me 4 years to study practical engineering, 3 years to do other things. 7 years, I came to UMA 2025. Professor Mirekujima, Mrs. Professor Mirekujima, taught me, how is it, communication skills. Before I came, I thought communication skills is like how you can talk to people, communicate, and then it is just grammar. You can do anything about communication. But today, you see, I am happy I have come to correct the things that made me backslide, or that held me. But I can tell you that though it took me back, it really helped me, because I learned electronics, television, radio, amplifier, DVD, and all those things after Infant Film School at the roadside. And when I finished, I came to university. Ask all those who know me or who knew me. You say Ribotech, that is me. I had a company on this campus, even SRC program, Best Student Entrepreneur. I had it at 2009. Because me, you see, when I come, my mother is a poor man. My mother sells fish. My father is a security man. We used to, at my time, he was a watchman. But this current time, he's a security man. You get it? So I had money. I don't have money. I don't have anything. But if I tell you, one of the richest people on UMAT land at our time, I was part of them. Because who are you? Microwave, DVD, amplifier, TV, a blender, kettle, rice cooker. Name them. Obi adi ebe say. We yet den ebe say. Now what's a say ya? And then ye me ye. sometimes you see the girls. I was also called MSc. So MSc, my iron. Obi wa iron no one plug in ye. Into also catch and so man plug in ye into corner courses. Into engineering na nyamia bomb se me didi ho no. Na ma kire say one plug in ye for we sika ko. If you don't want to think, if you don't want to be critical about things, engineers will pay you for not thinking. I'm going to chop money for correcting those things from you. And I had money. When I come to school, my mother doesn't give me. Before my mother's money come, I even have enough money to send my mother. But I never sent her. Because when she knows that I have money, she will not send. So engineering, we all know now we are in the days of STEM. The industry, the world we are in is STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Do you know that engineering is science? Agreed? Do you know that engineering is technology? Do you know that mathematics is still engineering? So among all these terms, you will still find traces and particles of engineering rallying to all the STEM. What is science? What is technology? What is mathematics? They all have relationship with engineering. And I am telling you that to learn mathematics alone, to learn technology alone, to learn science alone, why don't you learn only engineering and you capture all these people? See now, me, I was telling my colleague, Mr. Ifa Emmanuel, I said, Ifa, if now I want to be a medical doctor, I can be. Do you know why? Let me get the most sophisticated device that can check everything in your system A to Z. And let me use AI. Because engineering comes with precision. You get it? And if you have the device, what would you think the doctor can think more than a scan? Doctor will look at your face and say, we need man left. And say, I am say, we are chromophobia. But when I put the test, it will tell me a better thing than what the doctor has told me. Am I lying? Even the doctor, go and put the light off. They can't do any test. Ask them if they can function that day. Because they still rely on who? And these are the people we are training. These are the people we are seeing here. These are the people that should be angry to be the people that they should be sorted for. Without us, there is nobody. Because we control the world. The world depends on what the engineers say. If we say, let there be light, there will be light. There will be light. Let there be darkness, there will be what? So then, what do you need to be an engineer? As an engineer, you must be what? A problem solving. I told you when I was here, I was getting money. I was solving your rice cooker as a mess of armor. Your hot plate, your everything. I will solve it for you. And you think I am a desert mess of armor. I am doing it because I want money. So if the engineer is solving your problem for you, then engineering is squeezing money from you. You get it? Then you have to also be a critical thinker. Don't think like a normal person. You see, you have to eat deep, wake up at night. You see, let me tell you how my engineering started. When I was young, my father had a tomato that had wheel under it. So when you wind it, it goes like this and stop. You wind it again, it goes, when you wind it faster or more turns, it will go more. One day I was sitting there at the age of 7, I was saying, how can I wind this thing that it will not stop? So I see my father, I see my elder brothers still winding the thing and it is stopping. One day my father went to work. I said, me, Richmond, me and you, this tomato that when they wind you, you stop. Today we'll see. I took this thing, wound it, wound it, wound it, wound it. Your guess is as good as mine. Pa, Atiafaso. Atiafaso, I did not say. When my father came home, he beat me. Hey, oh, me time. He beat me after 35 years now. Even when I remember, I still feel the pain. Anytime I remember, if I don't remember, no pain. But the moment I remember, like I'm telling you, I'm still feeling the pain. He beat the mathematics and the engineering out of me. But I learned one lesson, that the thing that I am turning, it has a threshold. Where it gets more than that, it will spoil. Yabome, but I've learned lesson. Engineers don't fail. I am telling you, even the failure is a lesson that you are using to do another thing. No engineer fails in any test. You test it, it didn't work. Okay, this is the reason why it doesn't work. So you have found another solution. And that is what has survived engineering till now. You have to also be, you have to be also having technological idea. You see these things. You see the engineers. You come and put this long thing here. Okay, I won't talk about it. Technological knowledge. This technological knowledge, you can't get it until you practice. You are here to be given the science. That is why you call it Bachelor of Science. We don't get the technology. The technological knowledge, you go and get it in where you are supposed to get. I will get there. Then you also be creative. If you are an engineer and you see, Apostle Kojesafu will say, put it at reverse. Meba mechi. Yes, he has done something. He has done something. But if you don't, hey, I'm dead. So you have to be creative. Apart from being creative, so when we talk about technological things, we are talking about things that you acquire practically. You can get it in your school internship, your practical courses. Get an engineer. Let somebody mentor you. If you are at the roadside, you see, there is one place that I am encouraging all of you, especially those who want to pursue mechanical engineering. Go to Abosokan. I'm telling you, those guys, they have the technology, but they don't have the science. So they are there spoiling things. If you bow yourself down, like I also went and I went electronics. If you go to Abosokan and be with them and allow them to send you, beat you, and you learn their technology, the way they repair engine, the way they fix all those things, I am telling you, when you come back into the university, you will be super guru. And all of you, you don't want to go. Because you need the technology. If you don't get the technology, your engineering is not, you see, you can't do engineering when you are inside the room and you are not going out, you are not implementing what you have designed. You are not testing it. Test it and let it fail. Benefits of being an engineer. Engineering comes with pride. You see the way I'm talking. I'm talking like like superhero. Because engineers control the world. If one day your family get to know that, oh, well, what is your name? What is your name? Mabel, Engineer Mabel. You will see how your mother will be clapping for you. When I graduated here, this is the place I graduated. When I went to my mother sells fish. So when I go to visit him at the market, I say, Neba no engineer, I don't know why bano. Neba engineer, I don't know why there. Mosomo ye emba engineering, amo ye there, moba. And you have to be proud of it. Let's look at the engineering needs because my time is limited. If you are an engineer, there are a lot of needs in Ghana. When we are talking about energy, there are a lot of wastage from ECG. Every day they are billing us. Every day they are doing a lot of things. Can't we get a technology from our own engineers that can detect the waste in the system? All that ECG will be doing, looking for illegal connection, looking for illegal connection, looking for illegal. There are a lot of technologies that can solve the problem than looking at only illegal connection. Let's look at our transportation system. Like my prof came and said, when you go to Accra Central, 10 o'clock, the traffic light is working, but you still see policemen there because this mechanical way of traffic regulation is there. So 3 car here, 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. If you have smart traffic lights, you know that 10 cars here, 2 traffic here. So the ratio is what? 10:2. So 5:1. Therefore, if 5 cars come, 1 car will come. So whether you join that line or you join that line, you will still enter the same way. But in this Ghana, they prefer using police people in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and even on Sundays. Something that you and I, because we are sleeping, they are worrying the police people that could have protected us, and they are using them for what you failed to design. Let's look at transportation system in, who has gone to Dubai before? You know, none of you has gone to Dubai. Sorry. So when you go to Dubai, Dubai is an island, but there's sea everywhere. All the hotels I slept in Dubai, they say it's an island. And when you are in your hotel, you see sea around you everywhere. It is the technology that brings the sea to a land that has no small water. You people have River Pra, River Denso, River everything. They have river nothing, and they have the sea. They are calling themselves islands. Let's look at the corruption side of governance. There's always corruption everywhere because we don't want to entertain digitalization and smart system. Because look at, if we have a lie detector, you think a flag bearer can come and lie to you? We subject you to it. Maybe looking at the frequency of your speech, the content and all those things. By the time you finish speaking, test your heart, test your pulse, test everything together. By the time you finish speaking, it will tell you that but we allow them to say anything and they go. Some of you have gotten a lot of broken hearts because you are not able to get lie detectors. Yes. If you have lie detectors, the one who proposed to you, you tell him, when campaign messages come, you have to subject it to critical scrutiny. I don't want to go politics, but let me tell you one thing. I heard that somebody wants to take the sea to Kumasi. I don't disagree with it. If he wants to do it, he can do it. The only thing that I want him to know is that if the sea is like this, if it has to flow, you have to come down under this. So check the sea level. Take your ChatGPT, check Google, check everything. Look at the altitude of Nkoko. Look at the altitude of Kumasi Tech. It's like 200 meters. So if you want the sea to flow, you have to go at least 1 meter below the sea level before it can flow. But if you are at the top, 200 meters up, how is the water going to flow there? We need you and I to look at it. Nobody says he can't do it. He can do it. But let's look at the feasibility of it and begin to think about the real aspect of it before we do what we follow. And if some of us don't sit down and think, these things will be going. I pray that you will have your eyes opened. You will understand the things that you are supposed to do, and the things that you are being made to do, you do it well. Don't you see that the doctors are always going on strike because there is no work? But people are dying in the village. You know MTN helplines. You just call short code 161, and then yes, and patch your phone and I then me 1, me 2. Doctors are in the house. They are not getting work. Why don't we put them in a pool like MTN helpline? If you are in the north and you are sick, call the helpline. Hello, you are talking to Dr. Richmond Bochi. What is wrong with you? Do you have the lab? Go to the nearest place, do this lab, scan it and send me. A chain, we can be able to check everybody and be able to cure a lot of people. But because we don't have that, what is the technology we need to do that MTN is doing it to help every caller in the night, in the morning, in the evening? Whenever you have problem with your chip, you call them, they answer you. Why don't we do the same thing for the doctors? Those who say they want to go and strike because of unemployment, let them put them in the chain. Wherever you are across the country, just call them. They will attend to you, and then they are able to become useful. This thing, engineering, it's not engineering. We we need people to sit down and think about these things, the waste management and water. You see how the Galamsey has polluted us. Have you sat down one day and asked yourself, why do we need water to wash gold, and it is killing our plants and our everything? Can't there be a chemical, something that can attract the gold without using water to wash it? Can't it be? I'm not saying there's something, because me and Kasa mean, but we need the engineers to say, water body is being destroyed. I'm telling you, if you get that chemical or that process and you give it to the Galamsey guys, they will stop disturbing our water. They would stop it. But we have not found any chemical that can attract the gold unless we wash it with water and spoil it. And that is why we are struggling as engineers. Please, the engineering is opening arms to everybody. You, him, and myself. If we make up mind that we want to practice engineering, we will succeed. We will get the money. We will get the prestige. We will get the things that we are looking for. The future of engineering, talking about artificial intelligence, robotics, renewable, space cloud, and all those things. There are a lot of unlimited opportunity. And I am calling you to join me into the engineering that controls the world. So you and I can control the world. Into the engineering that brings money, so that you and I will have money. Into the engineering that brings prestige, so that you and I will have prestige. And if you lose this message, how would you become an engineer? I am begging all of you, see yourself as a human being who is made by God, just like the discoveries. Let's look at two Ghanaians discoveries. We have Thomas Mensah, who is the inventor of fiber optic. This data communication, the fiber. One day they said the whole MTN network, because the fiber has cut. Ghana was in it during the invention. But you are here, you think it is so difficult because but somebody is like that and he has made the same thing. We have Dr. Kwabena Boahene, who looked at the brain. How does the brain think? Can I build a chip that can behave the same way the brain is thinking? They brought it, and they call it, is it neuropath, something. Today, I am telling all of you, the world is looking for engineers. And you, and him, you are the people that we are looking for, so that the problem will be solved. Me, that you see me with nice face, I'm not a small boy. I'm almost 50 years. My time will pass in no time. In the next 10 years, 20 years, I will be old. I am looking for a generation like you, like him, like the GSS, like the primary, who after today, they will be angry for success. They will be angry to get the solution. They will be angry to become engineers. They will be desperate that nothing, not the porn, not the laughter you call, how do you call it? Comedy and all those things you watch from Nigeria, Ghana, and all those, they call content creator, using your whole time to get their money. Think like an engineer. Behave like an engineer. Believe in yourself that tomorrow, one day, I will be somewhere and I will be the one they will be calling engineer. Engineer is possible with me, and so shall it be possible with you. Amen.
Thank you so much for the speech. Please, let's put our hands together for it. It was a powerful speech, and we just want to recognize our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Campus Ride, and they're saying that they have a collaboration with UMAT Oric, and they have established a training school in the university for those who want to learn how to drive. They also have an app, so if you want any ride, you can download their app and then use their app. We're also sponsored by Ransbet and then Dynamite FM. We want to move on to our next speaker because of our time, and this time I want to have a talk on real engineering experience, or what we call industry experience. And the speaker for this session is also an industry person. She's a metallurgist at Abosu Gophers Limited, and she's the person of Miss Dankwa. So please, let's give a hand of a clap for him as she comes.
The Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, teaching and non-teaching staff, industry representatives, dear UMAT students, especially my young sisters and brothers from the senior high school and the junior high school, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great honor to stand before you today on Engineering Day, a day set aside to celebrate creativity, dedication, and impact of engineering. Today we are gathered under a powerful theme to empower SHS students to explore engineering pathways in an innovative and digital world. Now let me begin with something personal. So I once sat where you are seated now, unsure, curious, and trying to figure out what I wanted to become. Back in high school, Infantiman Girls, I wanted to be a medical officer. That was a dream I was very sure about. Then one day we're in class and a friend just said, with so much confidence, I want to be a chemical engineer. I paused and I wondered because I knew about minerals engineering, mechanical, electrical, mining. That was the first time I was hearing chemical engineering. So I was like, now where's where about that? So that one question changed everything. When I went home, I asked my father about chemical engineering, and then he explained that chemical engineering uses basic sciences and engineering to turn raw materials into useful products. So the more he explained, the more curious I became. So I applied for chemical engineering in KNUST as a second choice course. And guess what? That is exactly what I got. So I was wondering if this was a mistake because I had planned one path and then life handed me another path. So I decided to embrace it. So at KNUST, I learned more than just engineering. I learned discipline, resilience, and then critical thinking. I later pursued Masters in Minerals Engineering here at UMAT. But as I finished, a new question came to mind. What next? Where am I going from here? So once again, I asked my father about the mining industry. And I was like, oh yeah, it's well paying, it's interesting. But the thing is that it could be tough and unsafe at times. So he suggested I go into academia. So I had an uncle in the mining industry. So I spoke to him, and then he said one thing that has stuck with me till now, that it is possible to work in the mining industry and then go home safe and healthy every day. Once you respect systems, follow safe systems of work, and then stay disciplined. So that gave me the courage. And then, courage alone is not enough. You need opportunity. So along the way, I met mentors who opened doors for me. Mentors like Dr. Catherine, Kupo Kuto, and many others who believed in me and gave me a chance. So that led to my first internship, then national service, then a job, step by step. Today, I work as a metallurgist at Abosu Gophers Limited, Mine, and I'm also pursuing a PhD. In our gold processing plant, we crush the ore that we receive from the miners. We grind it, recover gold, analyze data, and make sure everything runs safely. When production drops, we investigate and then ensure that it doesn't happen again. When systems fail, we fix them. When we realize that we can do better, we reinvent, we innovate. So engineering taught me something powerful along the line, that the most important thing you learn is not just math or science. It's a mindset that no matter how hard things get, giving up is never an option. You don't have to give up. So dear SHS students and JHS students, you are growing up in a digital world full of automation, AI, robotics, and renewable energy. These are changing everything, including mining. Today's engineers don't only wear hard hats and then use panels to work. They work with data. They design smart systems. They use technology to solve real problems. Engineering is not just a career, it's impact. Every time you drink clean water, every time you buy that bottled water, an engineer made it possible. Every time you use your smartphone to watch the TikTok videos and all of that, an engineer designed the systems behind it. Every time resources are extracted safely, engineers are involved. Some of you may be afraid of math. Some may think that engineering is too hard, it's too difficult. The truth is that it is challenging, very challenging. But challenge is not something to fear. Challenge is what makes you grow. To the UMass students here, the tough assignments, the lab work, the pressure, the quizzes, all of it is building that mindset that the industry needs. To the SHS student, don't limit yourself because something seems difficult. My journey started with just one question in the classroom. You don't need to have everything figured out. All you need to do is to be curious enough to explore. Engineering opens many doors. You can work in the industry, you can do research, you can teach, innovation, you can even start a business. So here's my message to you. Don't choose a path because it is easy. Choose a path that stretches you, that brings out the best in you. Choose a path where you can solve problems and make a difference. The future is digital, the future is sustainable, and the future engineer could be sitting right here in this room. Maybe it's the students who ask a lot of questions, or the one who works hard quietly, or the one who hasn't discovered their potential yet. If that is you, be curious, be brave, and above all, be persistent. And sometimes, destiny doesn't begin with certainty. Sometimes it begins with curiosity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we've heard a lot of speech. We've heard about curiosity and all those things. So at this time, we want to look at practical smart thinking that has been going on campus. And we want to invite Dr. Ifa to take us through the innovation spotlight for UMaT staff and students. Some of the innovative thinking our students have been doing for the past years. Dr. Ifa will take us through that. Please, let's give him a hand of applause as he comes.
Thank you so much. I'm standing on the existing protocol because of time. This is just going to be exhibition time. We have few technologies here after my presentation. You can come around and see what we are doing here at UMaT, which is very interesting. I think what most of the presenters said, we are already touching base on most of these innovations. And I'm just going to talk about some few of them. It's Engineering Day, and this is not to downplay the other programs, but this is Engineering Day, so we have to treat it as such. Last year, November, I was in China to study what Huawei has been doing over the years. And we visited one of the governors of the Shenzhen province, and he told us that in China they are intentional about engineering training. I was there with almost all the vice chancellors of all public universities in Ghana, and one thing he said I still remember is this. He said in China every year we churn out about 20 million graduates, and we ensure that 90% are engineers. 90% are engineers. So immediately the vice chancellor of the University of Ghana, her hand was up and she asked that, but you need doctors, you need nurses, you need lawyers, you need a lot of people. And the man said something, if engineers do their work very well, you don't need much of these expertise. Beyond that, I have been trying to get the statistics right. So I have checked the statistics for Japan. Japan, out of the number of graduates they produce every year, 85% are engineers. I have also checked for US. US has a target to hit 50% by 2030, but the current percentage is 35. Even amidst the numerous wars, they are still going up. I have checked for Morocco. Morocco is around 32%. I checked for Ghana, and the total STEM graduates stands at 7.6. And if you check the percentage engineers is about 2%. I'm trying to understand that there is correlation between the number of engineers we churn out as a country and development. And if you check all the developed countries, you can see that this correlation there. We need arts, we need business, we need, all the expertise. But we have gotten to the level of the world where engineering is gradually becoming the backbone of our development. So take advantage of this. If your interest is not there, start building the interest today. As the presenter said, we are going to be in charge of the world. So for now, I'm just going to talk about some few things we are doing here at UMAT, and it's just exhibition time. I got something from what the presenter said, and it is summarized in this. Every problem has a solution. Every problem is a wisdom problem. And with engineering, we can touch, or we can have every problem solved. So, UMAT, we do a lot of capacity building, and we do a lot of innovations here at UMAT. In the field of innovation, over the years, if I check the statistics, we have more than 10 people getting PhD from the area of innovation. Then about 179 undergraduates have received different trainings from this area. And out of this training, a lot of innovations have come out. One of them, we call it Agri-IoT, Agricultural Internet of Things. The Agricultural Internet of Things is a technology that allows us to talk to plants, crops in the farm, on the farm. How do we do that? UMAT students and staff developed a sensor or a probe, which is just like a phone with sensors connected to it, which you plant in the farm like you can see there. And it's able to measure the moisture of the soil, the nutrients of the soil, nitrogen, potassium, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and what? Good. Then push that data to the cloud where you can access the data with your phone. After receiving this information on your phone, we have automated irrigation system in the farm. So you don't have to go to the farm. You can just take your phone, and based on the values you are getting, trigger irrigation in your farm. It means you can sit here and farm anywhere in the world. Recently, we heard that some Ghanaians went to Burkina Faso for tomatoes, and 8 of them died. This technology was presented in Belgium, and 2 countries adopted it, Burkina and Senegal. And when we deployed it for them in Burkina, we were controlling the irrigation system from UMAT here, from here. It means UMAT, we are doing a lot, and we deserve to be applauded. I think you can do that. On campus, we deployed this technology in a small demonstration farm at Government Hill. And we wanted to produce crops from just cow dung and all those things. And the kind of crops, as you can see, that the quality speaks for itself. It means that they were talking about application of engineering in agriculture. We are already touching the base here at UMAT. So take note of this technology. You can see, and these are done by students and staff of UMAT. Again, in the area of health, UMAT has developed an electric wheelchair, which is intelligent. Hello? It's intelligent. You can tell the wheelchair, take me to the washroom, and it drives you there. Take me to the kitchen, and it does that. It was presented at Accra International Conference Centre, and it has received a couple of awards. It means that in terms of innovation, UMAT is also doing some of these things. UBAS, we have trained a couple of them, I think about 100 of them some years back in this. And UBAS too, when you go there after the training, some UBASs developed clap switches, sound operated switches, where you can say light on and the light comes on, light off and the light goes off. We brought some of the clap switches the UMAT people produce when we train them. It's here. So during the sightseeing, you can come and you just clap and the light come on. You clap and it goes off. And these are things happening here at UMAT. And through the number of training we are giving to our students, people are also making life out of it. Mr. Botre said that engineering is also livelihood. And here at UMAT, because we have a lot of innovations, we attend a lot of innovation fairs. Some of our students were selected for a global innovation fair, and they won the most promising technology globally. They returned home with $120,000 from just one technology they presented in Morocco. And that is wealth. And you can see this student, his name is Sami. He won the first presidential pitch. This is how we came across this Sami. One day I was watching TikTok. I like technology. I was watching TikTok and I saw somebody wearing boxer shorts flying an aeroplane in a certain village. I was interested. So I called the contact down there, and somebody picked, and he said, I am a police officer at Kumasi, I think in Kumasi Central Police. So he said, I know the person, but they live in a certain village, in a cocoa farm. And I said, I am interested, I want to see the boy. So we went there. We got to a point, we parked a car, then the policeman said, and the local community people, they said, oh, when you are in the village and you are going with them and they tell you, it means you are left with a distance equivalent to from here to Bogosu. We walked. In fact, I got tired along the way. We got to the middle of the farm, and they had only one settlement in the farm. And I saw a tiny boy. He speaks like a girl. So I greeted the parent, and I told the father, I want to send your boy to UMAT to do engineering. And the father said, and the guy was walking 3 hours in, 3 hours out to the nearest high school. So he was on foot doing 6 hours every day. His result wasn't that good. So cutting long story short, we brought him to UMAT to do diploma in electrical. And this guy, he's too innovative. He's coming from a small village, one settlement, one house. But after giving him the basis, anything you tell him, you want to build a solution out of it. The first thing he did in our small lab here at UMAT, we call it Agri-IoT Lab, was to build a smart switch. It's a switch which is sensitive to some keywords. A normal switch to control light. So that if you are talking and you mention words like robbing, armed robbery, steal, as soon as you mention things like that, he has inbuilt cameras and microphones. They will trigger and they will start recording a conversation. And somebody in a certain control room will receive a phone call, watching you live and recording what is happening. This is what he presented to the president of Ghana, his first innovation, and the whole Ghana, he won the first prize. Beyond this, he has developed, I think, about 7 different inventions. He recently developed a smart tow boot, a smart boot for UMAT. It's still sitting in the lab, and it works intelligently. So as they said, you can do anything. This time he's everywhere. You see him on this TV station. The following day he's here, and he just finished. And the future is bright for him. So don't joke with it. Again, UMAT, we have developed our first electric vehicle. It's out here. After this, everybody should try and take a ride with our electric vehicle before you go. It's just interesting. And this one was built by students. I supervised it. And we just picked metals from scrap. We go to the scrap, we pick metal, we shape it. Sometime for a part, we can develop it more than 10 times. We will do the science, we will model it. It looks nice, but if you build the same thing practically, it looks ugly. You see, the connection between the science and the reality, sometimes the match is not very clear. But at the end of the day, we launched it. It's packed out there. So from here, after seeing all these things, you can go there and have a ride. There will be a driver on it to take you around. Then we have also developed a real-time air quality monitoring technology. I think it's here, right? Yes. So one student built this one and is able to check the physiochemical parameters of the air in a given environment and report it. The data is stored in the cloud, so you can see the result. There is an app for it. We are living in an environment which is polluted all the time. And this one will give you a remedial mechanism that, based on what I'm getting, if you are living in this environment, this is what you have to do. I think you have to be clapping for me at this point because UMAT is doing a lot. We also have water quality monitor. We have the pH probes, the total dissolved solids. What again? The pH, the total dissolved solid, and all the sensors you need to test the quality of water. It is also built and it is in use. The same technology can be used to monitor aquaculture. And with this, you can just test the quality of the water you are using in your house real time. It is real time. Let me mention, AngloGold was interested in this because they have an aquaculture, they wanted to monitor it. So we showed it to them and they showed interest. And I like them because they said, even though it is not packaged the way China will package it, but because it works well, we would deploy it. So we deployed it in their aquaculture. Almost every month they were losing not less than 700 fishes. But we deployed it for 6 months to monitor the aquaculture, and for 6 months they have lost 0 fish. 0 fish. There are more of the technologies here. We have a smart dustbin. You get close to it, it will open for you to drop your trash in. When it's full, it will prompt the owner that the dustbin is full. You have to come and empty me. There are some robots here. It's a smart robot. It has cameras in front of it. It can go around and record everything happening here. And you can monitor this one remotely. You can be in US still monitoring what is happening here. We have 3D printers we have assembled from scratch. Then the ice chair you see there is a solar powered fridge. The ice chair you see there is a solar powered fridge which can be used in areas without electricity to preserve stuff like medicine and drugs and all those things. We have some drones here. We bought the components in parts and assembled. We went to Ghana Drone Development Center and we realized that what they are doing there, we can even do the same thing here. So we piloted and this drone is working perfectly. At the end of you doing the sightseeing, we are going to run the drone for you to see that it's real. There are a lot of things happening here and we are encouraging you to come to UMAT. If you want to do engineering in Ghana, there is only one place to go. Where? UMAT. Where? UMAT. In a month, I attend more than a minimum of 3 innovation fairs in Ghana, across Ghana. And anywhere we go, the last time I went to Ashasi, their professor told us that UMAT, I think you are lacking one thing. You need a PRO for just innovation to showcase what you are doing. Because we are doing a lot of things in obscurity. We need to showcase all this. We went to KNUST and anytime we compete with them, there is nothing to show, but we have more to show. I want to say that engineering is here. So please, if you are thinking engineering, think UMAT. I want to end it. STEM now is the order of the day, and STEM needs you guys. Don't joke with it. Ghana needs you and the world needs you, and the next engineer we need today is you. For you, AI is there and the foundation is set for you to triumph on. So take advantage of this, and as our lady Jessica said, take advantage of this moment and think engineering. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ifa. And I think what you've seen here, I'm sure a lot of us are thinking about so many things we can do. So before we go, we just want to take questions. If you have any question, maybe 1 or 2 questions before we go. So if you have a question, you can just raise your hand and then maybe you come forward and you ask your question. Any question? Do you have any question? All right, so After the program, I think the speakers and people will be around, and as we go around to interact and see, you can ask them. If you have personal questions also, you can ask them or interact with them. Okay. So before we take our closing prayer, I will take a short video message from TCC. So please, if the video is available, please just play it for us.
Good morning. My name is Francis Davis, the Director General of TCC International Centre for Innovation, Manufacturing, Technology Transfer, and Entrepreneurship. I am happy to be part of this celebration. I bring you warm greetings from the Governing Board, Management, and staff of the TCC International Centre for Innovation, Manufacturing, Technology Transfer, and Entrepreneurship, acronymed TCC-CIMET, at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi. TCC-CIMET drives industry through 5 key functions. They include building skills and competencies, advocating for supportive policies, promoting digital transformation, transferring research into practical solutions, and providing technical assistance to manufacturers. By combining training, innovation, and hands-on support, we empower artisans, students, and industry professionals to improve productivity, adapt modern technologies, and meet both local and international standards. UNESCO has 5 engineering centers, and I'm happy to inform you that TCC-CIMET is the only center in Africa that UNESCO has mandated to prosecute engineering training. Today, we join the global community in celebrating World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development. This year's theme, Smart Engineering for a Sustainable Future Through Innovation and Digitalization, reminds us that the prosperity of nations will depend not merely on natural resources, but on the ability of their people to apply knowledge creatively to solve real problems. My dear senior high school students, I come to inspire curiosity in you to pursue engineering in your future careers. Many young people consider engineering only when they are close to choosing a university program. By then, several misconceptions may already have shaped your perception. Let's pause and analyze the misconceptions. Engineering is not only for the wealthy. Anyone with curiosity and determination can pursue it. Many successful engineers started with modest means, supported by scholarships, mentorships, and hard work. Second, engineering is not just for men. Women around the world are leading in infrastructure, aerospace, biomedical innovation, and technology. The future of engineering depends on diverse and inclusive participation. Third, you don't have to be a math or science genius to become an engineer. While these subjects are important, engineering also demands creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and resilience. Skills are developed with practice and experience. Fourth, engineers don't only work with heavy machinery. Modern engineering spans software, robotics, renewable energy, biomedical technology, and smart infrastructure. Engineers work in labs, design studios, research centers, and even policy spaces. Fifth, engineering may be challenging, but challenge is the pathway to excellence. With support, collaboration, and practical training, students don't just cope, they thrive. Finally, engineers have a huge impact on society. They design water systems, power grids, medical devices, communication networks, transportation, and sustainable buildings. They turn ideas into solutions that touch our daily lives and solve global challenges. We are living in a world shaped by digitalization and automation. The fourth industrial revolution is here. Manufacturing is computer-driven, agriculture is sensor-based, healthcare relies on robotics and digital diagnostics, and energy systems are smart and data-intensive. The message is clear. Nations that invest in engineering will lead the future. Those that don't will depend. As I conclude, World Engineering Day is more than a celebration. It is a call to action. The reliable energy resilient infrastructure, digital inclusion, and industrial growth we desire will not happen by chance. They must be designed and built. Among you today are the innovators, designers, and problem solvers. We will shape Ghana's technological future. Engineering is not just a career, it is a commitment to improving society. May today inspire your curiosity, strengthen your ambition, and motivate you to pursue engineering as a pathway to national transformation. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I would like to invite the chairman for this program to give us his remarks.
I'm not the chairman for the program, it's for the committee. Good afternoon. It's not closing remarks or anything like that, but we will have a program called the Innovation Challenge, and that is what I want to talk about. So this afternoon we'll send out a link, and then we can all join online. And during the Innovation Challenge, the chairperson for the Innovation Challenge will introduce a theme. Okay, we'll introduce a theme. And then the theme, what we'll do is that we will have groups of students working together to meet the theme, the demand for the Innovation Challenge. So we will encourage you to join online. And once the Innovation Challenge is launched today, we have from now till September to come up with something innovative. In September, we will assemble these ideas that we've come up with in Accra, in a program in Accra, and then the best design will be awarded or adjusted, okay? So that is what we would want to do for the Innovation Challenge. So we'll send out the link, we'll encourage you, join online, and then let's all discover what we'll be told to work on. And at the end of the day, I hope that the best design will come from you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. So we'll take the closing prayer and vote of thanks from Dr. Monica Cranston.
A graceful and a good afternoon to the management of the university, our cherished guests from the industry, students, all other protocol duly observed. I'm privileged to give the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee. Our most sincere thanks goes to the Almighty Father for a successful program. Special thanks to our speakers for today for sparing time from your busy schedule to come share this valuable information with us this present time. And to UNESCO for the enormous support in the organization of this program. Our deep gratitude to the management of the university for their advice and their cordial cooperation in the organization of this program. And to everyone seated here, your coming and your participation has made this program a success. We say thank you and God richly bless you. Amen. Please shall we pray. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the privilege to celebrate the World Engineering Day. We thank you for the gift of knowledge, the gift of innovation, creativity, and even the ability you've given us to solve problems. We pray, oh God, that as we reflect on whatever that we've studied today, the insight we have gotten, you will equip us with the needed courage to be able to develop sustainable results to problems, that at the end, we shall all be groomed well to be better engineers, to affect our communities, our country, and the world at large. In Jesus' mighty name do we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please, we will have a photography session with our speakers. So maybe we can just take a picture here before we go, yeah. So we can get some of the students to come. Come. Yeah, so please, after the photography, we'll have the exhibition so you can walk around and then see some of the stuffs we have. We have some at the back. When you exit the auditorium, you see some of them there. You can just visit some of the stands, okay? So, please, the high school teachers, maybe you can join us, take the pictures. I think we should even get the students. Anna, yeah, the students. Please, Ubas, maybe you can come and we'll take a picture with you. Ubas, Brian, picture. Please come. We want to take pictures. Maybe Ubas and then the speakers. Prof. Come here. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, stand here. Come. Go this way. Don't worry. That's your place. You are here, some. Anna. Go this way. Go that way. Go. All right, let's take one for Fiasek. Fiasek.